Black Wargreymon, one of the most popular Digimon in the fan base and Digimon card game community. This one is currently the most valuable that any player or collector could own. How do you get this card? Well, you need to become a champion, but not just any champion, because you need to specifically win the 3-on-3 tournament, which means you will need to have 2 other teammates to win alongside with you. If you've seen the episode where I commentated for the in-person regionals, you will know how the rules of 3v3 goes. First, you get the Koromon for participating. Next, you get the Metal Greymon for top 4. And the first place winner gets the Black Wargreymon. Aside from the Black Wargreymon line, you also get the Beelzemon line at the same time. Yamon and Deathslinger for participating, Itmon and Beelzemon for top 4, and then Blast Mode for the winner as well. So the thing is, my team tried last year with Mario and my brother together. We were so close that we almost won it, but unfortunately, we finished top 4 instead. But this time, it's redemption, as it's no longer 3-on-3, as I'll be going to Anime North solo. Anime North is a yearly convention held at Toronto where anime fans gather, meet up with friends, look at games, vendors, artists, participate in events, and activities. There's so much to do. With so many games and entertainment related to anime, there has to be trading card game tournaments held there as well. And that was exactly how I ended up playing at the Digimon tournament hosted by Carta Magica, where it will be my final chance to get the one card that I always wanted. So let me explain why this is my last chance. You see, the pricing structure for Digimon events change every year or a couple months. What that means is that older prize cards will no longer be printed or handed out as new waves or prizes come in. As some of you guys may know, Black Wargreymon is my favorite Digimon of all time. And that's why I wanted this card really badly. So you might be wondering, what am I going to be playing for this tournament this time? As some of you guys may know, we have a lot of history with this deck from previous episodes of the AVAULT Cinematic Universe, Battle Vault, but I think it is time to manifest the virus imperialdramon deck once and for all. As a legend once said, great power comes with great responsibility, and that's exactly what I have to do in order to control its power. So let me explain why I chose to play this deck. First, I think it's very strong by default, being able to make multiple checks into opponent's security and also floodgating them from playing any Digimon or Tamer by effects for an entire turn is absolutely insane. I think Virus Imperial stands a really good chance against the meta. With Royal Knights being one of the most popular decks out there, you can easily stop them from playing Omekamon or going for the Omni X plays, and then you can rush them out with a ton of damage. Royal Knight's removal is mainly deletion effects, and that doesn't affect you as much either, because either partition or you can use the BT20 Imperialdramon to DNA and dodge and continue to exert your pressure. Battling against Megidron is not bad at all, because you can stop them from playing anything back from the trash or popping off. By delaying their turn entirely, you can also outdamage them. Virus Imperial suffers the lockdown from both level 7s of the Sakuyamon deck. Vaulter Arm, which prevents us from using any of our on-play effects so that we can get into our BT16 Wormmon and Digivolve into level 4. As a matter of fact, Shine Greymon Rumo locks us out even harder, and it's almost impossible to play through because we won't be able to put out our BT16 Wormmons or even our level 4s to go for DNA combos. But naturally, I think it really comes down to how the progression of the game state goes when it comes to this matchup, because I feel like there are opportunities and different ways that you can maneuver your way around it if they don't get into the level 7 soon enough. So in order to counter that matchup and help push my leads even further against it, I decided to tech in my very own Ruin mode to give them a taste of their very own medicine. Sakuyamon generally wants to push out as a level 3 or 4 and then climb into a Talmon so that they can use their plugin options or yellow scrambles for free. So the thing is, their level 3s and 4s are also below 5000 DP, which is why Ruin mode can surprise lockdown against them, which they might not even see coming. The other reason why I really like Ruin mode is because it provides you another self-deletion technique so that you can go into your Wormmon off the Shadowmon Inherit effect and reclimb all over again to finish the game off. And if I pull off that combo, I should be able to win the following turn with no problem. Ruin mode is also really good against the mirror match, including the blue-green counterpart of the imperialdramon deck, which is the good version. And that generally just makes it a very powerful card. On the other hand, Magnamon and Armor Rush is actually relatively a big problem. That is because I'm going to have to try to rack up as much DP inheritables as I can in order to go over their big stack, which isn't always easy to achieve. Another thing is that Armor Purge usually plays around our deletion effects so that they can easily combo off with the Armor Digivolution option card and then go into another one defending themselves. There are also situations where we can capitalize off the memory that they give to us, which is a little bit more than usual whenever they digivolve into Magna X as they pass their turn. Overall, I have to be honest, I'm just really hoping that I dodge this matchup. The tournament had a total of 49 players where we ended up playing 6 whole rounds to determine the champion. For round 1, I faced off against Necromon. This deck has a lot of recursion and tends to play by effects a lot back from trash, and this gave us the upper hand naturally in this matchup because of what Virus Imperial does can completely negate their plays for the turn. So I ended up winning the first round 2-0. Round 2 faced against Sakuyamon. Like I mentioned earlier, this is definitely a hard matchup, but but I adapted to the situation whenever they had a vulnerable stack out in the battle area, and I tried to get rid of it as soon as possible. Ruin Mode definitely came in clutch both games, as I removed their main stack with my level 6s and then finished the turn to lock them out with this card. With that, I stopped them from being able to push out with their second stack to go for a clapback play, and this is the perfect example of showing how I came to this tournament prepared. I was able to control the flow of all the games and won 2-0. Round 3, I faced against 3 Great Angels, who was also my friend, Kevin. He is also known to be a very good Angels player that actually topped and made day 2 in the previous Nationals, finishing top 32, and I know this was definitely going to be a challenge. Angels can generally be tricky because Digimon can protect everything on the board as I try to go up into my top end. I knew I had to raise the security down because the fewer I can make him have in the early stages, that will allow me to limit the Patamon value plays of finding a level 4 in there. Both games, it seems like he wasn't able to go into his Digimon combo with full effectiveness. So I quickly gathered momentum and took down his one and only level 6 on the board. With that, I was able to win the round 2-0 against him. So far, I felt great because I haven't lost a single game all the way through round 3, and that was until I had to face ALPHAMON, the former leader of the Royal Knights, in round 4. The opponent played a stack-based version with the Dorumon to mind link with Kosuke for protection, going into Dorugamon to taunt attacks, and then BT16 Doru Grey, which allows him to digivolve into Oriomon for free as a collision. Along with that, the other top end includes the other Chronicle trait cards from BT20. With a level 6 established on the board, they can threat a Oryuken Ace with the ALPHAMON protection. But because it is a stack-based building deck, in game 1 they seem to be struggling to try and build into their pieces, and at one point they had to hard slam a BT20 ALPHAMON, giving me 10 memory. But the only unfortunate thing was I wasn't able to answer that because I was missing a level 5 in order to DNA. Eventually, they were able to go into their ALPHAMON Oryuken Ace themselves and finish us off. Game 2, they went into the BT8 Oriomon early, and with that it gives them the deletion protection, which is our main source of removal to deal with them. I tried to go for some early swings and bait them to go into a ALPHAMON Oryuken Ace so that I can deal with it later. I knew I had to stack multiple layers of retaliation in order to play around the protection effect. The games grinded longer and longer until the point that I actually have no more cards left in my deck, and that was exactly where ALPHAMON then became the late game control monster that I wasn't able to out. Because of that, I lost 0-2, which sadly ended my undefeated streak. Round 5. Faced off against Virus Imperial, which is going to be a mirror match. How this matchup usually goes is whoever gets into Virus imperialdramon first to lock out the opponents from being able to combo off. Game 1, the opponent did it to me first. Game 2, I did it to them first. And then Game 3, they did it back to me. And sadly, I lost the entire match 1-2 as well in this one. Round 6, for the final round, I was playing against D-Brigade. D-Brigade generally has quite a bit of protection with its inherit effects and decoy, but I should be able to get there quickly as I noticed the opponent tried to chip at me with level 4s. This is where I was able to remove them quickly and go for big damage plays. Virus Imperial also stops Brigademon or Cargodramon from playing any of their Digimon or Tamers by effects, so that puts us in a really good position. D-Brigade also has a new Dodgemon Ace card, which is really good for the archetype, but I was able to remove their level 5 bodies quickly before they even have a chance to go for the Blast Counter Ace. In the end, I won the round 2-0, which I finished with a record of 4-2, and my final ranking and standing was 9th place. Reflecting back on some of the games that I lost, I felt like I could have made some better micro decisions in the early stages to help me get into a better position. But overall, I'm still really happy with my achievement because I came a long way after practicing a ton with this deck, definitely being one of my personal favorites to play at this moment. My 4th round opponent, who played ALPHAMON, ended up winning the entire tournament. It is really cool to see it win because ALPHAMON is also one of my personal favorite Digimon and decks to play out there, and I definitely have been meaning to try this deck out during this format too. I will admit, I was a little bit bummed down that I wasn't able to win the Black War Greymon card myself, and that was until I made a very big decision, where I actually bought the card instead. I know, I didn't earn it myself this time, but I just really wanted it. Initially, I was only gonna buy the Black War Greymon card, but Jay offered me a really nice deal that I just couldn't resist for both that and the Beelzemon Blast mode. Also, huge shoutouts to him for winning the entire tournament, and I promised him that these cards will be in good hands. Despite the tournament ending and me getting the cards, I'm still on a different mission. As some of you guys may know, I'm still trying to hunt for every single pack out there for Digimon because I really want to make a video of opening all of them. So what better opportunity is there to hunt down for the rest of the packs that I'm missing at one of the biggest anime conventions out there with a ton of games filled with trading card vendors? Just a quick recap, I'm still missing one of each of BT9, 10, and 11, and I'm really hoping that I can find them here. Prior to this convention, I tried looking around every local game store near me. I asked my friends and even you guys with my social media posts, but still no luck. Unfortunately, this is my final chance as well. And this is also my last straw because I really want to find them here no matter what. I gotta admit that this task isn't easy to achieve either, just because of how old these packs are, as there are not a lot of supply left around the market. There are so many vendors in the gigantic hall itself, and I had to check out all of them. At that point, I searched everywhere and no hope. But that was until this happened.
So these guys, Anish and Karn, found this pack for me, and I was just absolutely crazy because I couldn't believe it, but we're just 2 packs left. So 2 packs left.
So huge shout outs to both Anish and Karn as their absolute MVPs, which really made my day. Now we're only missing a BT9 and 11 pack, which leaves me no choice. If you guys enjoyed the AVAULT Cinematic Universe series on the channel, make sure to give this video a like and let me know in the comments down below. But also, don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more. With that being said, my journey isn't over yet, as we still have tons of tournaments to play in this competitive season. For now, as we move on to the next chapter, I think it's about time that we bring an old friend back from the dead.